what are measures of success for maintenance planners, schedulers?
Well, we talked about this, Ryan, earlier with regard to wrench time. And, so we're looking for we're not trying to actually create an environment where the technicians are working harder. We're just trying to enable the technicians. And as part of that, technicians really get upset with, for example, like with wrench time studies, they think, oh, they're watching me or doing something. It's not about you. It's not about the technician. It's about the groups of technicians. What are the barriers that are keeping you from doing effective work? Do you not have access to the equipment? Do you not have, the right materials? Do you not have, the right tools? Do you not have specifications where you can do it the right way the first time? Is part of it. Those are kind of things we're trying to find out with wrench time studies. So you see improved wrench time as one example, but you also see, things like MTBF are improving, mean time between failures. You're getting much more work done. You're putting together a schedule, which, by the way, the schedule sets an expectation. That's what we're after at the end of the day, is we need an expectation. And I was reading an article on LinkedIn just the other day and says, why do managers want to see schedules? Well, because it sets an expectation, and it's really important to have that, So I look for those. I look for things like planner accuracy. How accurate are the job plans? And that's on average. We realize today, with regard, you may do a job and it takes 2 hours. You may come back 6 months and the bolts are rusted and it takes more time because you have to cut them off. And so it takes you 3 hours or it takes you 4 hours. But those are the exceptions, And again, how do you fix those things long term so you don't continuously have those problems? Yeah. So those are some of the metrics. And, cost is another one. But when we think about it, how's the planner setting us up for success? What are we doing? What's the level of detail on the job plans? How well is the feedback loop working? What kind of, how long is it taking in the planning process? A target from the time it goes into the planning process until the job is actually planned is 5 days or less. So those are the kind of things we look for from a metric standpoint.
What I hear you saying is the role of success is all about predictability, more so than like, hey, we want to reduce downtime. We want to reduce, to me, it sounds like you're focused on just having predictability and knowing. Does that sound about right?
It is. And I would say predictability and repeatability, because we're working the process. And as part of it, the planner can't know everything. They don't know, they haven't worked every job. But, what's your process? For example, you may have 30 jobs to plan, but if you can just plan the 30 of them to start with crafts, hours, and materials, that's a head start. Mm-hmm. And then you may plan 2 or 3. We actually we have a feedback form that we have, and we actually put it out on LinkedIn. And as part of it too, we put out the question, said, how many job plans can a planner do in detail? And we knew from our own experience it was around 2 or 3. And we went put out to the LinkedIn groups. That's what we found. And it went all over the world. And we built that feedback into the feedback form as well when we shared that. And so it was really key, do the 30 jobs you have to do with the minimum level of detail, but plan 2 or 3 more detailed jobs with that level of detail, the specifications, other things to make it, a precision maintenance type environment or execution, but then rely on the feedback form to build up those job plans. And every time you send out a job plan, it's an opportunity to improve it and make it better. There's no such thing as a perfect job plan, so those are some of the keys. But, like Eric said on one of your, on the podcast you did not too long ago, he says sometimes we try to make planning and scheduling too hard. And that's true. We do, in many cases. And it's how do we make it simple, but it's repetitive. And to your point, it's predictable. We know we're going to get the same results. It's going to push through. And we might not get it right the first time, but maintenance work is repetitive. Today we work on it. A year from now, we're working on it again. So how do we capture that knowledge? And I share with you too, I was at a chemical plant in a pump shop, and all the old people had retired out except for one. And they were bringing in these new young people, just like we're talking about here. How do you bring these people up and from, a technician level or whatever the case, or get them to that level. And they were rebuilding these pumps, and these pumps were going out and, they would test them and not very well, obviously, and they would put them into the stock room. And 2 months later or something, they might replace them, and they'd only run for like a month or 2. And then they would fail. And they had to go back and rework, and develop the precision procedures necessary, within that shop. And so it's, again, that's part of the role of that planner is how do we, develop those precision procedures so that we can eliminate some of those defects that we actually introduce. We talk about reliability, the ability to, that the asset will perform its intended function for a stated period of time under stated conditions. And inherent reliability is what you get from the design of that. But the operational reliability is where we install it, we maintain it, we operate it. And that's where the planner plays a big role is how do we not introduce new defects into the reliability issues that we already have within that asset.